I just realized we're on mute on our other platform. Hey, y'all. Did nobody tell me nothing? I just happened to look down. So, I'm blackwomenandgrants.com founder, where I help Black women, for profit, small business owners find, apply for, and win grants. I've won over $1 million in grants and grant funded opportunities. And we have 600 plus women in our mentorship right now. I got a spot open for two more on tonight. So hang out with me. I'll tell you about our scholarship price to come join us. If you want to be nosy, you can head over to blackwomenandgrants.com. It's right at the bottom of this little box above my head. Just put a www at the front and a .com at the bottom. Okay, so you're Black, you're tapping your screen. You're a woman, you're tapping your screen. You're a for-profit small business, you're tapping your screen. You're based in the United States, you're tapping your screen. You're over the age of 18, you're tapping your screen. In the years that you have already revolved around the sun, plus how many more you want to revolve. Um, and then I want you to tap if you own at least 51% of your business. At least. So if you own 100%, tap 100 times. Okay. If you own 52%, tap 52 times. Okay. It's real quick to tap. I'll be doing it on other people's live and be counting 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. If you can count, you can tap. You ain't even got to be able to count to tap. TikTok keeps up with that for you. Just tap. It's just tap. The reason I say 51%, you can have a partner, that's fine. But the grants we win in my mentorship and the grants that I share about how to go win on our lives, they need you to be at least 51% minority woman owned, Black woman owned. Y'all got it? So I hope you're tapping. You don't have to tell me in the chat. Just put it in a tab. Hey, hey, hey. You're welcome. So you're Black, you're tapping. You're woman, you're tapping. You're for-profit, you're tapping. Based in the United States, over the age of 18, own at least 51% of your business. You're tapping. So you should have a minimum of 6 taps. If you haven't tapped yet, you're making somebody else pull your weight. So they're also going to pull your money, your grant money. I don't know. I'm just wishing very much success for them. I know you multitasking, but you ain't on camera teaching and talking to 69 people. So the least you could do is tap. Amen. Okay. Because you still here want to know how to get this grant money. All right. If you are Black, you're a woman, you're for profit, you're based in the United States, over the age of 18, own at least 51% of your business, and you need a grant, I need you to just tap it, tap it, tap it, tap it, tap it. She said, don't threaten me with a good time. I'll tap. Tap to just attract the money to you. Because there's some people on here not tapping it. 63 people on here. We got 29K taps, likes, hearts, whatever you call them. So let them borrow some of your faith and tap for them, okay? Tap in how much money you want to win. So let's say you want to win 100,000. Let's do at least 100 taps minimum. You could do that in like 10 seconds, which means that if you want 1,000,000, just keep tapping. I usually say 1 tap per dollar, but we'll let y'all round up. Because tonight, for those who are not tapping, you're going to tap into their money. So, Marsha, we ain't putting it in the chat. We putting it in the tab. So, you better get started, young lady. Adjusting my fan. There we go. All right, let's see. So, we're at 34K taps. Okay, so Thea said she just did 105 taps. Let's celebrate her. Let's see if you can add more to that, because 105 just got you past the first 5. Black woman, for-profit, small business, based in the United States, over the age of 18, own at least 51% of your business. That's, 100 taps. Thank you, girl. I know that took a lot. You're such a generous person. But now let's tap for dollars. Hey, fam. 338. Melody, you been counting? How you know that's your taps, Melody? Is it telling you? We have 38,000 in the taps. That's cute. If we get to 50,000, I'm going to start dropping some gems. It tells you on y'all's end. I can't see it. I can see the final count. I've been trying to figure out how to see the individual taps, but we're going to see. We're going to see. If you're just joining us, welcome. It'll tell me at the end, I think. It'll tell me at the end. I don't know anything about a trust, so that might be something for your lawyer, rich ma'am. Um, if you're just joining us, we're just tapping our screen and you're letting me know that you're a Black woman with a for-profit small business. You're based in the United States. You're over the age of 18. You own at least 51% of your business and you want grants. You're tapping in the amount that you want to win. What is 686 then 134 times? I don't understand. That's you so far? Well, we need to see them tabs. I want to see. I want to see. I want to see who's going to take the lead in the tabs. And when we get to 50K, I'll drop some secrets. Rain, we ain't putting it in the chat. We putting it in the tabs. I'm also watching to see who follows directions. Most of y'all ain't getting no grants. Y'all ain't ready because y'all can't follow directions. So here's the directions. If you're new here, welcome. I'm Dr. AJ Austin. I have personally won over $1 million in grants and grant funded opportunities because I do what these people ask me to do. And so what we're doing, following directions, all we're doing is tapping our screen. If you qualify for these 8 things, if you're Black, tap your screen just as many times as you would like, no limit, 1 minimum. If you're a woman, tap your screen. So you're a Black woman. If you're a for-profit, tap your screen. If you're based in the United States, you, your business, or both, tap your screen. So right now you got 4 taps. You can just be drumming on the phone. If you are over the age of 18, you're tapping your screen. Hey, that's their bar for tonight. If you own at least 51% of your business, you're tapping your screen. It's okay to have a partner, but you must, as a Black woman with a for-profit small business, tap your screen because you're majority owner. Founders of companies tap your screen. By the way, if you have a franchise, if you do MLM or direct sales, or your partnership is 50-50, you will not qualify for the grants that we win. So that's just a heads up, 7-Up. We'll take your taps and your lights. You might benefit from some of the content I share, but I'm telling you now, y'all are already telling me whether or not you qualify for these things. So don't get to the end and be like, well, I'm a nonprofit. Well, we got 50-50. We are talking about that. Let's move on. What else did I want to tell y'all? Basically, okay. So, okay. I was just about to throw y'all with a good time. I said once we get to 50K, I'm about to start dropping some gems. We're at 53. Y'all keep tapping. Look at New Auntie. New, I see it. Hush. Hey, New Auntie. Okay. So, I also have a block ministry. TikTok usually filters out those who do not qualify, do not need to be here, trying to distract us, take us off cue. None of that bothers me. None of it. I'm so unbothered. Child, silence is my secret weapon. So find another live, somebody else to play with, because it does nothing for me. It's easy for me to literally tap you out of here for life. Amen. All right. It's not a threat. It's a guarantee that I know how to pull up that block button. I'm going to just put that out there in the spirit and let God make that thing manifest. If you're new here, welcome, 97 people. My name is Dr. AJ Austin, founder of BlackWomenInGrants.com, where I help Black women, for-profit small business owners, find, apply for, and win grants. That's all I do. So let's talk about who do you know that needs to be here? Let me see you share. What you can do is just hold the screen to my nose and hold it down. And your list of contacts should pop up. You know, the people who you already be forwarding TikToks to. Select a few of those and invite them to the conversation. This is a safe space for Black women. We're about to talk about money and how we deserve it and how to go get it and what to say when we get there and getting help getting there. So take a moment to share this live. There are some people that should be here. New Auntie said her best friend forwarded this live to her. Y'all be like New Auntie's bestie. Thank you, New Auntie's bestie. Thank you, Growl. Hey, Hustle Princess. How are you? Welcome. So take a moment, share this live. Now, if you're here and you're not a Black woman, let me love on you for a little bit. So this is our safe space to talk about money. Because see, when we're quiet, nobody has anything to say. But when we create spaces like this, people are like, well, what about this? And what about that? And what about the white people? What about the white people? What about them, baby? We ain't on here anti nobody. We just on here pro Black woman, for profit small business. Amen. Amen. So if you're here, thank you for being here in support of Black women, our allies, if you will. I hate that word, but I use it because y'all said it was a cool term. Anyway, even if you don't qualify to be here technically, however, I bet you got at least one Black friend. Y'all love to say that. My best friend is Black. Invite her to this conversation, babes, okay? Lift her up. And again, thank you for being here in support of Black women. All right? All right. Welcome. Welcome in, Black women for profit small business owners. Again, I'm Dr. AJ Austin, founder of BlackWomenInGrants.com. Hey, Tanya Harris, how are you? Hello, sub. We'll just say that. Welcome in. So right now we're just taking time to share the live. So if you've been tapping, you paid your tuition to be here, okay? We got 60K in taps, okay? Somebody finger tag. You can keep tapping if you would like. We're going to take a break, and then we're going to also come back to the taps, amen? But right now we're forwarding, sharing the live, and we're about to get into some juicy goodness, y'all. I've been working on a book. I actually completed it, the first part, last month. I did one thing a day, every day, for 31 days, and we have a new book. Here's her cover. Look at her. Ain't she cute? Tap the live if she cute. I told you I always come back to them taps. She is real cute. So it's called Ask, A-S-K, and it's my 3-part formula for how to find, apply for, and win grants, especially those of you who've been tapping for your dollars and you need to win at least 5,000, child. At least. Like, that's that minimum. Like, please, Jesus, just at least, right? If you need to win a 10K, you definitely should be tapping, because I got you. I got you. And then up. She said, please, Jesus. So let's take a pause for the cause, and y'all talk to me now. Tell me about your business. You don't have to put your website. Don't nobody want to go buy nothing from you. We not clicking no linking on. Tell me what you do in your business. What do you do in the business that you want to win a grant for? What do you do? I need to understand it. I need it to be clear. If I was a white man in my 60s, I don't know nothing about Black culture, because that's who be writing these grant checks. Talk to me like I'm him. So I'm going to talk to y'all like how these grant applications want y'all to talk to them. So I see childcare. Wonder what's childcare. I don't have kids. Wonder what that means. Tell me more, Sam. Bakery. Wonder what kind of bakery. Wonder what she cooks. Tell me more about your bakery, Melissa. Juice bar. What kind of juices? Sushi? Sushi? Can't pronounce it. It's an ethnic name. Y'all, I've been in the rooms with the check writers. I've been on the calls with the check writers, okay? This is how they think. So you're going to have to be very, very clear. So again, I'm back in my Black woman body, okay? I'm gonna talk to y'all sister to sister. Childcare needs to say, let me give you, we have a childcare owner in our mentorship. Her name is Tiara. She should join us tonight. She's been emailing me today. She's on her way to winning her first grant. She helps care for the children of celebrities who find it much safer to have her care with in-home schooling versus sending their child to daycare. That's how you describe what you do. Anybody can do childcare. I know you're going to say, no, they can't, because everybody ain't good with kids. Well, tell us why you good with kids and why you chose childcare. Let me move on and see. Life coach. Shanice, what kind of life coach? One of my other companies, I train life coaches, but my life coaches are Black women, Christian life coaches who are ministers, reverends, doctors, fur ladies, and the like. Getting certified in work they already do for free. I teach them how to make money. That's how you describe what you do as a life coach. What do you do? Let's see. Offered childcare services. Where I'm going to see who else is stick out. Wigs and bundles for who? Is it for cancer patients? People with alopecia? I got a river on this side and a river on that side. I got two little mountains. I call them my rivers, my valleys, and my peak because my head peaks. So is it for me? Because all you said was wigs and bundles. I wore a wig once from the beauty supply store to my house, a 10-minute drive. And I called my friend, like, girl, you need a new wig. This is not me. So I don't know what that means. What is wigs and bundles, child? What does it mean? Tell me, what does it mean? Let me scroll back up. TikTok be resetting my comments. Tell me what it means. Taxes, bookkeeping, consultant. What does that mean? Are you doing the work or are you hiring out for the work? What does that mean? Publish a book. What kind of book, Shanice? Home care agency. What do you do in whose home? Caring for what? Are you the agency owner? Do you look, what does it mean? Tell me more. Cake decorator. Tell me more. What does that mean? I know it seems like it should make sense. If she don't know, then I don't know how to help. You ain't finna win no grant through me either. So if you can't answer these questions in as many characters as TikTok will allow, that's y'all's hint. Tell me as much as you can about what you do in your business. If you have multiple businesses, yay. Pick one and tell me about her. Pick the one that you want to get funding for first. This is literally the first question on every small business grant application. Please describe your business, AKA, what do you do? Nuance says, I help people with disabilities live the life they see for themselves. Well, I ain't being funny, Nuance. But either you walk through what disabilities they have, or you tell us, what about people with, because see, I just learned the word today called whataboutism. So the first thing I saw was, what about people who can't see? So how are they seeing the life for themselves? So don't put your tagline, don't put your vision and your mission and your motto. Tell me what you do. So if you're new here, hi, I'm Dr. AJ Austin. I help Black women, for-profit small businesses find, apply for, and win grants. Complete sentence, wouldn't even take up all the characters here on TikTok. Bree owns a medical scrub line. User says foster children in Texas. What are you doing with foster children? Or are you saying you foster? I don't know. I'm not going to try to figure it out. My brain ain't there. Hello, Vicky. How are you? Welcome back. Travel says, I curate travel experiences. What kind of travel experiences? Let's see. Said, I specialize in destination weddings, group travel, solo travel, etc. So we have a travel expert. Her name is Patty. She's here in Georgia with me. And she does the same thing, but she has a favorite. So I'm going to ask you, out of those three, which ones do you prefer? And you do prefer one or the other. Just tell me which one. If not, don't worry about it. Don't worry about it. The clearer you can help me to understand what you do, what you put in the chat, I can help you get closer to winning your first or next grant. If you're new here, welcome. I'm Dr. AJ Austin, founder of BlackWomenInGrants.com. There is a scholarship to come work with me as your mentor. There's a scholarship price of $197 to get in my orbit for the next 6 months and to get my brain on your business and how y'all answering some of these questions. If you want to start taking grants seriously, starting with how you talk about what you do in your business, start winning your first or next grant. So in my mentorship, by the way, it's over at BlackWomenInGrants.com. The website is right above my head. That third line sitting right here on this white box here. I don't know if y'all can see that, but it's www.blackwomeningrants.com. If you can see yourself winning at least $5,000 within the next 90 days, my mentorship is for you. I'm going to share some stories in just a moment. We've had several winners recently, and so I'll tell y'all how they won their first $10,000, $5,000, and $100,000. Give me just a second. I'm scrolling through more of what you do. Never Basic Flavor says, I created a low sodium all-purpose seasoning to help individuals who want to change their diet. What are they changing their diet for? So are you saying they want to lower their cholesterol, lower their blood pressure, ward off certain diseases, fight diabetes. I don't know. Tell us more. What is that last part? Because you were on the right path, but change their diet meaning what? Are they just eating the seasoning? You know, like let us know. If you need help thinking this through, think of the results that your business brings to other people. What do they get out of what you do? So I like Never Basics because she said it's helping individuals. We see that it's low sodium, but you got to tell us, what do people get as a result of that? So let me ask Mirror. As a result of your home care agency, what do people get? Because all I see is providing services in patients' homes. Tell me what they get. Sam says she offers childcare services, working with parents, infants, pre-K. What do they get? Heating, ventilation, air conditioning, repair, installation. Michelle, what do they get as a result of that heating, ventilation, air conditioning repair? Tell us what they get. Kai provides beauty consultations. I don't know what all this. What do they get, Kai? What do they get? So if you want my help, answer that question in the form of as a result, and you don't have to put the full sentence, but just fill in the blank. As a result of working with me, blank. Fill in that blank. What do they get? What is an overcomer of repaired breed? I don't know what this is. So let's rephrase. So all we're talking about right now, say my name, say my name. All you're telling me is what you do in your business, because you can get a grant for anything. I'm trying to get y'all to talk about your business right. Then I'll know whether or not you're ready for the grants that we win in my mentorship over at blackwomenandgrants.com. Nuance says a Medicaid provider agency that provides home and community-based services to adults with a disability. What is the result? A result means the outcome. As a result of working with you as their Medicaid provider, your clients are able to blank. Fill in that blank. Fill in the rest of that sentence. People get a facility alternative. It sounds good on paper. It's not going to sound good on the grant. Tell me more. Quick question. Can you use the grant to pay your transportation truck off? I'm not going to answer your quick question. Vicky, you know how this go. Don't come here playing, Vicky. Vicky, and you in our mentorship. That means you ain't started on that work. I can tell by y'all's questions. You ain't been doing no homework. I ain't saying you, Vicky. Hey, Vicky. One that says, nope, I'm not gonna read that one because it ain't answering my question. I'm only reading the ones that tell me what people get as a result of working with them. What are their outcomes? What are they able to do? I don't know. Help. Travel says Destination. I knew you had a favorite. Destination weddings are her favorite. Okay, so as a result of working with you to get help planning their destination wedding, Travel, what happens? I'm scrolling to see who has told me the results that their business gets. If you've been wondering when I'm gonna start teaching, girl, I've already started. Child, what's the result? Fill in the blank. Child, help. Because y'all answers. CK says she's glad she found me. Same! So glad you're here. Okay, Melody says home care agency for seniors, providing caregivers. Seniors providing caregivers. That don't make sense. What's the result? Keeping them where they want to be. Who? They kids who really don't want to take care of them, or the people who really don't want to leave the house? What's the result? Y'all know what results are, right? Don't make me go to ChatGPT and read the definition of results, which are networking and resources, sourcing services that are needed in the home. Wanda, keep going. What's the result? We're going to just stay here. Y'all ain't ready for me to teach nothing new. Let's stay here. Qualified child care providers in my community, employ students. Some of the answers are just lazy. Some of the, y'all have never, I could tell many of you have never been challenged or questioned. Like, what does that mean? I could tell. Employ students during their capstone courses and post-graduation. Offer a pipeline to build. Employ students. Okay. Taylor says, I create moisturizing body and lip butters. Why do we need that? You're going to see me apply. I got about 4 of them sitting there. This is lip butter. This is a concoction I made up from other chapsticks. This is my sticky gloss. This is my Vaseline. Why do I need your lip butter? What's the result I would get to paring down? I got another one on here. What? Hello. Why are you different? What is the result? What is the result? Why we need organic? Oh, y'all. I'm going to work for Why is there an echo? What? Well, Nasha, you may have to go out and come back in if there's an echo. Anybody else hear echo? 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 Let me know. I wanted to create a spice blend that would allow you to keep flavor in your dishes with one spice. But why would flavor not be in their dishes? Now, keep in mind how you guys answer this question, which is on every small business grant application, is going to be the deciding factor of whether or not you win a grant. That's literally the first thing they grade you on. They have a grading scale called a rubric. If you've been in these college courses that give out the syllabus on the first day, it shows like 33% is worth this, 25% is your presentation, blah, blah, blah. So grants do that. So the first 33% in grants is alignment. They're looking for businesses that align with why they're giving the grant money away. So you just giving one-liners and not really explaining what you do, it's not in alignment with what they do. They're looking for someone that can explain themselves super clearly with what they do. Chocolate Drop, why do we need Black authors? If I'm a white man, 65 years old, why do I care about a bookstore of Black authors? Like, help me speak to my heart, because at the end of the day, skin tone don't matter. Color don't matter. Race don't matter. I'm human. Sell me on why I should write you this check for that Black-owned Black author bookstore. I don't know this cultural significance. Can you tell me? Let's see. Okay, I think I'm caught up. I ain't seen nothing that jumps out at me yet, so we'll keep checking. So, if you're new here, welcome. My name is Dr. AJ Austin, founder of BlackWomenInGrants.com, where I help Black women, for-profit, small business owners find, apply for, and win grants. The first step in winning a grant is being able to clearly talk about what you do. So as you guys are thinking how to recompute this information, you're going to go from telling me, I own a daycare, I own a restaurant, I own a wig company, to talk to me about the people that you serve as far as the results they get. So as a result of my mentorship over at BlackWomenInGrants.com, Tanika Sands Hendricks, who is a swim instructor in New York, has won over $35,500 from pitching her business by what I teach. Brittany, who is a commercial kitchen owner in Virginia, just won her first $15,000 within 90 days of us working together. So now she can finally open her kitchen. Tay's money goes to train lifeguards and swim instructors and help little Black and brown kids learn how to swim. As a result of working with me, Ashley Rankin, who has an organic skincare line, won a $10,000 grant through L'Oreal Cosmetics, the L'Oreal Cosmetics, and now she's won a total of $42,000 plus in grants and grant-funded opportunities. Y'all hear the results. So as a result of working with me, you learn how to win your next $5,000, $10,000 within 90 days. You learn how to add an additional revenue stream to your bottom line. You know how to add new funding to your family's income. You know how to create a cushion. You now have a new skill that anytime you want to go apply for a grant, by the way, you can do it by yourself. You don't need to hire a grant writer. That's not for us anyway. We're in the for-profit space. That's for nonprofits. You can do it yourself and keep all your money. Y'all hear those results? So fill in the blank. As a result of someone paying you money for your product or service, what do they get out of it? If you've never thought through this, now is the time. As I mentioned earlier, this is our safe space, sisters, to come and talk about this. This is how you start winning grants. Y'all want to ask, can I win a grant for this type of business? How do I find grants? How long it take to win a grant? Baby, you ain't got to worry about it if you don't know how to talk about your business. Okay. Any questions? Ask me a question about this, especially if you're feeling flustered. I don't know what to say. You can put help in the chat. I'm happy to help. Let me know. By the way, follow this page. 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 Thank you, Joan. Follow this page. Thank you, Camille. Follow this page. Follow this page, follow this page, follow this page. Okay, that was our commercial break. We're back. Corinne says, never been asked these types of questions. I know. And y'all have never answered these types of questions, even though I'm asking you. Some of y'all still ignoring me. I'm going to ignore you back. But if you answer, the more you try, the more I see you trying, the clearer we can get. So even if I never see you again, you will remember me when you're filling out these grant applications. So it's something to sit and think through and write out right now, Corinne. Cora. What your answers at? So all we're talking about, the only questions I'm answering right now is if you need help with what to say about what you do. Chocolate Drop say help. Chocolate, as a result of working with you, if I gave you my money today for whatever you sell, what would I get in return? What will it help me do? What will I be able to do? What will be my outcome, my result of giving you my money over someone who does exactly what you do in their business? Or if I could refer someone to you right now that could pay you in full whatever you're asking for whatever product or service that you offer, what would I tell them to expect? If I flipped it and reversed it and said, hey, I will give you $10,000 to go tell somebody what I do. Somebody put it in the chat. What would y'all tell people I do based on what I've shared with you? And I've shared it multiple times. Troubleshooting beauty routines, product efficacy. Bring it down to a 6-year-old level, Kai. 6-year-old doesn't know what troubleshooting means. Neither does a 65-year-old white man. It's troubleshooting beauty routines. Child, what? Product efficacy, what? Got the clients towards it. Girl, I'm getting tons of trying to read it. Child, make it plain, make it simple. Y'all don't need to think about it. Y'all need to put something in the comments. That's a cop out. You ain't gonna think beyond this live if you don't put it right now. If I said I have a grant available, and I do right now, but I ain't seeing nobody who qualifies because y'all ain't even answering the questions that's on the application. Don't come back here telling me some how I win the grant. Don't be asking me if your business can win it. No, because you ain't following directions. So you don't need to think about it. You need to put some in the chat. Creating a summer camp for youth with diverse abilities. Nope. Special needs. Say special needs or either call out the special needs. What are they? So let me see. Let's pause for the cause. It's 52 of y'all on here. If I said the first person that posts in the chat, what do I do as the founder of Black Women in Grants? I'll give you $10,000. What would you say? This is not me committing to paying you $10,000. This is a scenario, but tell me what you would say based on what you know over the last, which I went on this for about 20 minutes. What would y'all tell other people that I do? If I wasn't in the room, what would y'all say? Black what owners? Chocolate Drop. Okay, so out of 54 people, one person is trying to answer. So that means y'all ain't listening either. Huh. That's interesting. Okay. Okay. So allow me to reintroduce myself. My name is Hey y'all. I'm Dr. AJ Austin. I help Black women, for-profit small business owners find, apply for, and win grants. What are the results of someone doing business with me? Y'all put the results in the chat. As a result of working with me, because it's easier to do it for somebody else. Maybe that's what it is. What do people get as a result of working with me? What are the results of people paying me their money based on what I do? There we go. Corrine got it. Find and win grants. Michelle got it. Winning grants. Des got it. Free money. Chocolate Drop got it. Financially support their businesses. Anybody else want to give it a go? Vicky, answer the question. Stop cheating. Miss Real says win grants. But I do. I help coach you. I can't see the rest of your answer. Yes, to win grants. There we go. That's a result. As a result of joining my mentorship program over at blackwomeningrants.com, you too will be able to win your first grant. So let's shift, because some of y'all is still left behind on the slow bus, and it's okay. We're going to send another driver for you. How much in grant funding would you like my help winning? Put your number in the chat. You can put dollar signs, you can put commas, you can put your zeros, put your decimal points. How much in grants would you like to win? Don't give a range, give a number that can be written on a check, because grants come in the form of checks. Don't spell it out. Put the digits, because that's all that go on a check. So I see 100K. I see $1 million. Thank you, new auntie girl, because them zeros be throwing me out. I be trying to count 1, 2, 3. Brianna says 100K. Y says 100K. Michelle says 25K. Ray says $1 million. Vicky says 350K. Faber says 350K. I am says 10K. User says 150K. I see y'all. Anybody else want to throw their numbers in? That's important when it comes to winning grants. You need to know how much you want to win. Let me see. We got 2 more new ones. TikTok. Okay, Neptina. This is why I say put your commas and blah blah blah. You need $100 because it just says 100. If I can get a 10K, get 10K right now for the youth. You're grateful. 500K says cultivated. 10K says co-ring. Got it. What would you invest your money in, your winnings for your grants? What would you invest in? What would you spend your money on? What would you do with your grant money? What would you tell a grant? As a result of winning this grant, here's what I'll do with the money. Anybody? You know how you'll spend your grant money? I see book inventory. What does that mean? Is it like, are you buying new books to add to the inventory, or are you buying the stuff to help you inventory the books, like the stickers and the little machine and the labels? Let me know. Renita says intellectual disability business. I don't know what that means. Brianna says buy the property and supplies for your business. Ray says invest in my company by improving the quality of my service. Miss Real says tax software and building. Chocolate Drop says full inventory of the bookstore of Black authors. Casa, elevate my business, purchase an event hall. Tina, establish and build business out for senior care, purchase a van. 2-story building with a salon, rental property on bottom. Missing something. Oh, Lock School and Resource Center. Hold on, Michelle Green. TikTok is blocking you, girl. I don't want to mess nothing up, so I ain't gonna click nothing. Anybody else want to tell me what they would do with their grant money? If this live got you thinking, do me a favor and share it out real quick. We're at 73 likes. Let's get some more shares out here because that's how good news spreads. When you find something good, you share it. So share the live real quick. Thank you, Brown Sugar, for sharing the live. We appreciate you. Cruz said I would get my own building, new supplies, update latest electronics, and create better, and it cuts you off. Business formation, says Jez. Purchase tools and software for operations and host free events. Got it. Thank y'all for the shares. I appreciate you guys. Okay. So if you're new here, welcome. I'm Dr. AJ Austin, founder of BlackWomenInGrants.com. My mentorship is over at BlackWomenInGrants.com. It's right above my head. Just put a .com at the end of that. It'll take you right to the site. You're going to see what it looks like to be a Black woman with a for-profit small business who is winning grants. So let me talk to you a little bit about what grants are. Grants are free money. What else do you think grants are? Put it in the chat. Talk to me in the chat. What do you think grants are? Like, you've heard about them. You've been wanting to get into it. You're interested. You've been researching. A grant could really help. What do you think grants are? I told you they're free money. Gave you a head start. What else do you think they are? What is a grant to you? What is your definition of a grant? Put it in the chat. Talk to me. Let's see who'll be the first to put it in the chat. What is a grant to you? What are grants to you? Free money, says Taylor. I gave you that one. What else you got, Taylor? Corrine says opportunity. Opportunity for free money to help start and fund the business, says Miss Real. Yep. Goddess says seed money. Queen says free money to help with a small bit too. Yep. Vicky says life changing. Chocolate Drop says don't have to pay back. Got it. So Chocolate is on it. So grants are free money. They're not based on your credit. They do not have to be paid back. It's not a loan. There's no interest on it. They technically don't come take it back. We'll talk more about that in a minute, so don't get scared. It's not based on your criminal history. You don't need collateral. You don't need to be approved. So be careful of that word. If you ever hear that, you're about to get scammed. Okay. No grant approves you. Okay. That's for loans. We win grants. So your win would say something like congratulations, here are the details, etc. So let me see. So they're free money, not based on your credit, don't have to be paid back. It's other people's money, or OPM. So put OPM in the chat. OPM. Put that in the chat. That's our term, our acronyms for other people's money. Could you use other people's money? OPM. Mm-hmm. Are grants based on your credit? This is a pop quiz. See who's listening. Where are my note takers? Okay, Tinkerbell got it. Brianna got it. Okay, Taylor got it. Michelle got it. Joanne got it. Or is that Joan? Hey, girl. Cruz got it. Do grants need to be paid back? Put it in the chat. Let me know what you're learning. I'm admiring my skin in our tablet here. Do grants check your criminal record? Can they come back for your money? Okay. This is a bit of a trick question because I haven't said the clear answer yet, but do you have to give away a portion of your company? Like give, 10%, 15%, 20%? Are they buying into your company? Y'all are great listeners. I love it. Do you need collateral for a grant? Like put your house up, put some jewelry up, put some stocks, some bonds, some mutual funds. Okay, I see y'all. What about a co-signer? Do you need a co-signer to get a grant? Like, gotta call mama now, mama. That's how we used to call my mom. Y'all need a co-signer? Okay, nice. So now you know what grants are and what they're not. The number one question on a small business grant application is what do you do? That's how you describe your business. In order to describe your business, you need to be telling a grant the results that people get from working with you. So, as a result of someone giving you their money for your product or your service, even if you haven't launched it yet, we'll talk about that in a minute. You got to be talking about those results. What do people get out of doing business with you? That's how you describe your business versus just giving a title or versus assuming that they know what your buzzwords, your industry terms are. Okay. What questions do you guys have based on what we've talked about already? If you've been here, you've been part of the conversation, you're not just jumping in with, how do I win a grant? Don't ask me that because I'm going to ignore you. I'm very good at ignoring. Ask my brothers. What's your question? Anybody got a question? I'm going to answer the first one that pops up. What you got? Any questions about what grants are, what they're not, how to describe your business on a small business grant application? We've talked about the 8 eligibility requirements of a grant: being a Black woman with a for-profit small business based in the United States, over the age of 18, own at least 51% of your business. We've talked about how much in funding you want to win, what you would do with the money. What is your question about any of that? Ray says, is there a good way to format the answer of what we do with the money? Ray, that is such a good question. Yes, Ray. Tell me what you would do with the money, and then I'll help you format your answer better. Now, keep in mind, there's 52 of y'all on here, so even if you told me before, girl, tell me again. I did not remember. Taylor says, what's the typical word limit for the descriptions? Taylor, that's a good question. And every grant is different, of course. So it depends on which grant you're applying to. And there are millions upon millions of dollars in grants available. We have a list of grants with over $1.2 million in funding on our list over at blackwomeningrants.com when you come join us in our mentorship. And on every application, you'll see a different word limit. But what's most important is the character count. A character is every letter in a word. Every space, every time you hit the space bar in a sentence, every period, every exclamation point, every number. So, yeah, they may have not a word count or limit every time. They may have more of a character count because they're like, get to the point. Just like some of y'all been typing these long answers in TikTok and it cut you off. That's what grants will do. So grant applications are mostly online. You're filling them out by typing. Again, you don't need anybody to be doing this for you. You don't have to pay anyone to do this for you. Because it's just filling out an application talking about your business. And so if they say in 500 characters or less, describe your business, you'll see some little red, it's right under the box they'll give you, little red numbers. They start going in the negative because you're talking too much, you're over describing, and you miss the point. And you can't try to see that. We won't even let you submit your answer on some of these applications. You gotta follow the character count. Brianna says, do you have one-on-one classes to look over business plans? No. You don't need a business plan to apply for a grant. They may ask for portions from your plan. So they're going to say, describe your business, Brianna, just like we've been talking about for 30 minutes now, 32 to be exact. Or no, longer than that. I came. I've been out here an hour. Thought I've been here for 30 minutes. Lord Jesus. Okay. They may say, what is your target audience? And so you got to talk about who your product and service is for. Like I tell y'all, I work with Black women, for profit, small business owners. They may say, how do you plan on selling this thing? Tell us about your sales plan. And you got to tell them about the sales plan. I appreciate whoever is still tapping to over 100K hearts and likes. I just know it. I feel it. Thank you, girl. Let me celebrate you. Okay, they're also going to ask you, how do you plan to make money in your business? If you're a startup, you still got to tell them how you're going to make money within the first 12 months of you being in the business, how you're going to make money. If you've been in business, tell them how you're going to make even more money in the next 12, 24, 36 months. You got to have that plan together, but you don't need a 30-page business plan per se. I applied to $500,000 in grants in 30 days. And only one asked for a business plan, and that's because they're a business organization. Cruz says, how do I describe my results for a cake decorator? So if you've already been baking cakes and people have already been buying your cakes from you, I bet you, especially if you're baking for Black people, someone has told you how good your cake was, how great your cake turned out, how soft and moist it was, how they could tell the ingredients, how it reminded them of their mama, how people were talking about the cake. We can't wait to order again. Those are results. How their event turned out better, how they're so happy they bought from you, how it saved them time from having to bake their own cake, how your cake tastes better than a bakery down the street, how, hello, that's a result. That's how you talk about the results. Just to get you started. Okay. Tinkerbell says, can they be used to start your business? You talking about grants, Tinkerbell? Let me know. Just put grants in the chat. If you're talking about grants, yes. You can win a grant as a startup business. You can win a grant as a startup business. You, again, just have to be able to tell them how your business is going to make money. Thank you for sharing the live, Renita. We appreciate you. Yeah. So yes, you can win grants as a startup business. You can win as many grants as you would like. You can win multiple grants. All you do is choose one business, one idea that you're currently trying to get funded, and tell the grant all about it. Casa, I'm assuming, put it in Hooked on Phonics style in the chat. Help me to pronounce it right if that ain't how you say it, girl. You said, can you get a grant without an LLC or DBA? DBAs cost maybe $15 at your local courthouse if you're here in Georgia. DBA is a doing business as. You don't necessarily need that. And every grant does not require you to have an LLC or a limited liability corporation or your articles of incorporation. So you will read the details of a grant. You will read their terms and conditions, which most of us don't read. I do because I'm nosy and I want to know. But grants will let you know whether or not you need your articles of incorporation. You can also write that amount. If it's like, I think California was the one that had the state that had like, it's like $500 to get your articles of incorporation done through the state. So just add that to the amount of grants you want to win and tell them that's what you're going to put some of the money towards. Okay. Ray, I was waiting on you to tell me what your business was so I can help you format the good way to answer what you would do with the money. Here's the quick and easy that's going to help more than just Ray. And Lorianne, because yours says funding to you. Oh, you were answering the question. Okay, yes, you were on it with that. So grants are free money. The people and the businesses that are successful at winning grants have something called social impact. Put that in the chat. Social impact. Whether you've heard it or not, put that in the chat. 2 words, social impact. Social impact means doing good in the hood. Me being here, talking to 44 strangers about their business, trying to teach them what to say on a small business grant application so they can win their first or next grant. Social impact. I don't have to be here. Neither do you. We can both be somewhere talking to ourselves or scrolling TikTok. However, while you could be anywhere in the world, you're here with me. Thank you. Social impact. So think of social outside of your norm. Think of community. Think of giving back, outreach, charity, helping others, your church, a cause that's really near and dear to your heart. Think of social impact. So if a grant says, okay, we're going to write you a check for $10,000, or maybe you find a grant that's for $10,000 and you qualify for that grant, but they say, well, what's your social impact? How are you currently giving back? Or how would you give back to your community if we were to give you this grant for $10,000? Put that in the chat. What would be your social impact? This is something that majority, y'all think, the first part is something you really need to think about. Many of y'all are not ready to answer this question. Social impact. What's your social impact? How have you been volunteering? How have you been giving back? How have you been helping the hood? Tell me in the chat. What have you been doing? Or what have you always been like, you know what, when I get some extra money, I really want to blank. Fill in that blank. Social impact. Corrine says providing back to school cuts and or styles. Got it. It's something blocking my comments on my computer, so I have to keep switching between screens. Classy says clothes for the homeless. Anybody else? There's 35 of y'all on here. See, when we start getting into the real work, everybody's ears closed. It goes silent. People all of a sudden got something to do. I forgot I got to go sweep this grass in front of my house. Michelle says low to free heating and air conditioning repair for low income families. Nice. Anybody else? What is your give back? What is your social impact? So think about students or graduates. Think about the underserved, underprivileged, underrepresented, people with no voice in your community. Think about seniors and youth and minorities. Think about people with previous incarceration or backgrounds where they can't get jobs. Think about single moms, survivors of anything. These are great causes to support through your social impact. The secret to winning grants is through your social impact, because grants fund projects that businesses are a part of. So if you have it already factored into what you do, you're already ahead of majority of people who's going to be applying for that funding. Cruz says providing cakes to events for free. Eva says, I really want to open a laundromat in my neighborhood. There's none around my neighborhood. Tinkerbell says helping single moms who need support with their children. Taylor says, I've just connected with the program that gives free produce to single moms. I'll be giving free jars. Love it, Taylor. I did that for the food bank in my neighborhood. I took them, they had a big sign up one day that if people didn't come to the food bank with their own bags, they couldn't get food. So I came to my home and filled up a 13-gallon trash bag just of shopping bags and took it to the church, gave it to the mother of the church because it's at a church over here. And she was so happy. She sat and organized those bags. I watched her. I got a picture of her too. And then I sat on my front porch because it's a couple ways out of the neighborhood, but people who were walking, my neighbors who were at the food bank, they walked with Target bags. I get the chills every time I tell this. They had Target bags. They had Five Below bags. They had Trader Joe bags. They had Kroger bags. They had Walmart bags. Did I say Target? Because I used to be Target queen. They had they had Whole Foods bags, and I cried because it was God showing me how He brought me from needing those types of bags to bring my food home from food banks to now being able to afford to do it for myself, to now being able to help my neighbors. And it was every time I walked by, I saw God's goodness. Like I went to Target. Look at my Target bag. Like I was literally on my porch, like, I know that bag. I know that bag. Somebody got to eat that day. I don't know how long the bags lasted. It was a lot of bags. And it didn't take me long to refill those bags again in my cabinet. Ain't God good? Won't he do it? That's social impact. People got to eat that day. Kids got to eat that day. People who didn't know until they got there that they wouldn't be able to get served if they didn't have a bag. They had to now take that sign down because y'all got bags. Cost me nothing. I already spent the money at Target and Whole Foods. But God is good. That's how you do that. For YouTube, I'm clicking. Let me see if it'll take us back. What questions y'all got about social impact? Talk to me. Oh, my screen went dark. I don't know why. Ew. 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 So if you're new here, welcome. Take a moment. Let's share this live out. Let's get some more people in here, the right people. I think we're going to hit 100K likes as well. I'm excited about that. Looking forward to it. When we hit 100K, I'll tell y'all more about how to get my help winning these grants. We're going to dive a little bit deeper. We've already talked about, let me introduce myself if you're just joining us. I'm Dr. AJ Austin, founder of BlackWomenInGrants.com, where I help Black women for-profit small business owners find, apply for, and win grants. So when I show up here on the live, by the way, make sure you're following this page. Turn your notifications on so when we go live, you can come back and join us on the conversation. I'm usually telling you the tips and tricks to win these grants. If you're serious about winning grants, if you're serious about, you know what, I got this cause that I really want to support, it's near and dear to my heart. Of course, your business could use money, but it's a win-win. It's a win for you. It's a win for your community. It's a win for the grant to give away the money to the right people. So I'm trying to teach you what goes on these applications to make that process smoother for you. If you want my help, because people are emailing me, like, I wish I could text you, or people are like, I wish I could sit on the phone with you. Head over to www.blackwomeningrants.com, blackwomeningrants.com. It's right above my head. Just put a .com on the end. That's my website, and it's going to tell you how we can work together with me as your mentor. I have a program called the Grant Game Mentorship Program. There's a scholarship price there of $197. And you can join that program with me for the next 6 months for $197. Regular investment is $997, but I just won a grant for $6,000 2 weeks ago. And so we now have added more to our scholarship fund. So I get to give away at least 2 scholarships tonight. The first person to join us in the mentorship tonight wins a free call with me. Speaking of calls, being on the phone, etc. We're going to sit on the phone for 60 minutes. And you just going to blab away. Tell me all about your business, how you got started, why you want to win a grant. And then I'm going to help you get what we call your grant application strategy together. That's where you choose your angle through your social impact. You know, how are you going to help the hood? How should you be helping the hood? And then what types of grants you should be applying to based on where you are in your business. So let's talk more about that. Eva says, does the impact have to be local or can it also be international? It can be anywhere in the world, because at the end of it, and I teach this in the mentorship, we did a whole half-day masterclass on this. Your business is supposed to be designed to help make the world a better place. And there's an overarching theme that grants look for. They're using a certain database, if you will. It's like 17 different categories, and they're looking to file you into a category. I covered those categories in the mentorship. And so your business must fall into one of the 17 to qualify for the grant. We don't have time to dig into it now. Just come join us in the mentorship. You're welcome. BlackWomenInGrants.com. But the overall theme is to help make the world a better place. And so the world, it could also be online or offline. How are you making the world a better place? So that's a great question, Eva. Thank you for asking. What other questions do you guys have? Michelle says, do you have to have certifications? No, those are government certifications to get government contracts, government grants. We win grants from foundations, corporations, organizations, and associations. That's it. So as Black women with for-profit small businesses, we're not applying for nonprofit grants. We're not applying for government grants. We're not applying for federal funding. We're not applying for government contracts. We're applying for for-profit funding that comes from what they call philanthropic endeavor, or it's money that big corporations think I just finished a program with Goldman Sachs. It was a $25,000 opportunity. I'm in a program now with Google. Another program I can't talk about yet with the $6,000. They got us like hush until we tell you to release it. So I just won a grant with that last week. Bank United, Bank of America, Wells Fargo, Chase. I'm thinking of the banks and the corporations, foundations, organizations, and associations that have been on my checks and on our client checks, like Tay, the swim instructor in New York, who's won over $35,000 already. Ashley, the organic skincare line owner in Colorado, who's won over $42K. Told y'all about Brittany, the commercial kitchen owner, who's won $15K. And then there's Raven. Speaking of farmers, Melissa, Raven is our highest grant winner so far. She's a Black woman farmer in Baltimore. She just won $100,710 first time. So there's funding out there from organizations, corporations, associations, and foundations. Yes, you do need a business bank account to receive a grant. They're free. You should go get one tonight. And no, I can't tell you where to go. Just put it in Google and go ahead and sign up. Make sure it matches what you're looking for with your business. But a grant will need to know where to send your money. What are the questions y'all got? Ask me. Somebody ask me a question. We got about 10 more minutes on here. What questions y'all got? Or if you've learned anything. We've been on here over an hour now. What's something you're taking away from today's live? Talk to me in the chat. Let me know. If you're just joining us, hey girl, you can tap the screen. Just tell me you're happy to be here. We are less than 5K away from 100,000 taps. Somebody been busy. And thank y'all for the taps. Let me celebrate you. If you would like me as your mentor, you want us to get on the phone together, you want me to hold your hand, and you need accountability, you want me to walk you through how we can work together, put yes in the chat. Let me know. Facebook, I'm going to go ahead and log off because I need my little baby. Bye, y'all. I see one yes. Brianna says, hold my hand. I got you, girl. I'm about to tell you how you can get my help. How I will hold your hand. I'm trying to pull up my website here. So when you go to www.blackwomeningrants.com, you will see 3 options for us to work together. I'm going to tell you about 2. This is my little tablet that a grant bought for us, little Amazon Fire HD. Speaking of Amazon, I'm supposed to get a package today. Might be on their way. So when Amazon come, I got to go. Anyway, this is my website, blackwomeningrants.com. This is Tay, the swim instructor in New York that's won over $35,500 in her business. She is our small business pitch champion. And so when you scroll past Tay and you scroll past, this is Ashley, lady in the background with locks here. She is our organic skincare line owner in Colorado that's won over $42,000 grants and grant funded opportunities so far. These are the details of my mentorship. Let me tell you what you get. 6-month-long access to an on-demand independent study course plus curriculum that's designed for leisurely learning. That means that it's ready to go right now. I've written 4 books. This is one I just finished her last month. This is 2. These are all of my client stories where I tell you exactly how they won their first $5,000, $10,000, $15,000, and $100,000 grants. Here's another that has the secrets to winning. We started talking about this tonight with your social impact. It's called the Grant Game because grants are a game, y'all. And so I teach you how to play the game, but not just play it, play to win. Like know what you're doing when you're applying for grants. And then this is one of the first books I wrote for you guys, teaching you about what grants are, what they're not, But what to look forward to make sure you're not getting scammed, because there are scams out there. So y'all be careful in these grant streets. Teaching you how to learn the skill of finding, applying for, and winning a grant as a Black woman for-profit small business owners. You do not need someone to apply for grants for you. You can do this. So in the mentorship over at blackwomeningrants.com, there's over 14 credible resources. It's going to teach you everything from a grant database with over $1.2 million in funding in the database. We get that updated every month for the last few years. We got a new one coming out for September soon. And you can just click the links, make sure your business qualifies, and then go apply using what I teach you in the mentorship. So the books are all ebooks, they're downloadable. They also come with an app that'll read the books to you. And then there are interviews with our grant winners. We have a video library, plus video replays of events that I've hosted, teaching you about grants from the beginning of like, here's how to read the fine print. Here's what that means. Here's what you don't want to do. Here's what to expect once you win. Here are some grants I've won. Here's not only our list of grants, but where else to go find grants. If you don't know, there are 13 secret places to find grants. Okay. And so I saw Taylor said, but if we can't afford you at the moment, what should we do? So you got two options. There is Klarna, there is Afterpay, and there's Affirm. So option one is if you need a payment arrangement, Klarna, Affirm, and Afterpay are payment arrangement options on the site if you need it. You can keep tuning in with us. I'm here Mondays, Wednesdays, and Fridays, 6:30 p.m. Eastern. Keep engaging. Keep asking questions. That's option two. And so that's what Brittany did. She was unemployed when she found us here on the live. Some kind of way she found the money. I ain't asked no questions, but she joined the mentorship. And a lot of y'all asked, Dr. AJ, how long does it take to win a grant? I tell my mentees, give yourself 90 days. And so what that means is as you're learning in the program, you're also applying for grants at the same time. Brittany did that in 90 days to the day she won her first $15,000. So you're learning what to do. You're learning what not to do. Melissa, yes, I use AI and I have a masterclass in the mentorship showing you how to do it to where you're not getting flagged or sounding redundant, robotic, or repetitive, meaning like everybody else. And so the grants that I win, the last three that I've won, it's been using AI, but you'll never know because it's also me. So I teach you how to do that. The first person to join us, again, the website is blackwomeningrants.com. You get a bonus call with me. I'm about to take that feature away because our calendar is filling up. I have so many other commitments that I've made. And so I had some extra time on my calendar. So we're wrapping that up for this summer season. I don't often open my calendar to get on the phone and sit and listen and coach you. But you have that plus our mentorship every Monday, Wednesday, and Friday right here on Black Women in Grants on the TikTok page. I'm also on YouTube and Facebook. And we have a new community coming as well. So when or if TikTok goes away, we have other channels and communities that you'll be a part of in the mentorship, etc. And then there's some other surprise bonuses, like other programs you can go join and get in for free. One of our mentees let me know last night she just won a year-long scholarship to a business program that's going to help her flesh out her ideas. Another one of our mentees, okay, so that was Paula, told me last night. Another mentee, her name is Fab. She won a scholarship to help her complete one of her PhD programs. And so she's won, I think it's $13,000 in all so far. She also won a legal packet to help her get established with her trademark, getting her business set up and protected and protecting her intellectual property. And then we have Desiree, who has a burger business, but she makes burgers out of oats. So she's won tens of thousands of dollars just from being in our mentorship program. So we've won almost $500,000 in grants over the last less than a year. And so I'm excited because we'll have more people win grants as well very soon. And so Tay is one of our most frequent grant winners. So she won $5,000 in a 5-minute pitch competition. For those of you who could see yourself standing on stage and pitching your business, Tay did it fresh out the gate, won $5,000. Then she pitched for 60 seconds won $1,000 and a printer for her home office. Then she won a $5,000 grant that took care of all of upgrading her technology. So new laptop, new desktop, new tablet, and a new Fitbit. And then she won another $5,000. She just texted me yesterday or the day before telling me she just got two more of her payments. She just won an $8,000 grant, a $10,000 grant. She was selected as a finalist. Like, it just keeps going. I'm trying to keep up with her roster. And so Tay is leading the charge. And she's also happy to give back, answer questions as she's here on the lives. I've also interviewed her about how she won, what she said, why she think they gave her the grant. Interviewed her and 10 other women, like Peaches, who owns a barbecue restaurant in Detroit. And she just won $9,500 from her city to help her buy a new freezer refrigerator combo, new ribs, new brisket, and new pantry items through the grant as well. So, Melissa, the investment to join us in the mentorship program is $197. That gives you access to the program for 6 months. It does not take 6 months to go through the program. There's actually 24 hours of content in the program, from the books that I've written to the interviews that I've done with our grant winners, even looking through the list of grants, making sure the books are being read to you as you multitask, take notes, take a shower, cook, walk, clean, drive, work. And there's also classes you can watch on repeat, in addition to the class on how to use AI to apply for grants. Any questions? Again, the website is right above my head, blackwomeningrants.com. You can also click the link in the description on our page here on TikTok. Just make sure you're on the right page. We're Black Women in Grants. Black Women in Grants. We have 85,000 of y'all here, I think. So make sure you're on the right page. Thank y'all for the 103K likes. I see y'all. We're so close to beating our last live likes. I think we made it to 120K on our last live. So somebody been booked and busy. If this live has been helping you, tap your screen and just watch the hearts flutter. If you have any questions about joining us in the mentorship over at blackwomeningrants.com, put your questions in the chat. I was showing you the options for us to work together. Option 1 is the Grant Game Mentorship. That's just what we talked about right here. This is a perfect fit for you if you're really, really good at holding yourself accountable. You know that if I give you access to these videos, these books, these interviews, and this list of grants, that you will do the work. You also have unlimited access to me via email. Send any question you have about grants that you're applying to, that you are winning, that you've applied to, let me know. So that's the feature. Option number 2 for us to work together is right next to this one. It's also $197, but it's $197 a month. And it is called Grant Prep Academy. If you need me to hold your hand, Brianna, this is what I was saying earlier. We meet twice a month, every month, live on Zoom on the first and last Tuesday of the month. We just had a call last night with some of our new ladies that are now in our fall cohort. We just successfully graduated our spring cohort. One of our highest grant winners won a $25,000 grant funded opportunity, same one that I won earlier this week. So she's getting flown out to New York in a couple days, twice in the length of the program, and getting trained in a business training and development program through New York University Stern School of Business top professors. So that is Grant Prep Academy. That's $197 a month. And you got live access to me in a small cohort of other mentees going through the program with you. You get complimentary access to the mentorship, and then you get to come work with me live through your grant applications, asking me questions, getting those questions answered, learning in a cohort of other women. You're going to learn through getting coached, and you're going to learn from watching the other women get coached as well. So on the website, you just click which option you want. You want to learn at your leisure, independent study course. That's the Grant Game Mentorship Program. One-time payment for 6-month access to the mentorship. And again, it does not take 6 months to go through this. It takes 24 hours, but I give you access a little bit longer. Give yourself 90 days to your first grant win. I give you 6 months access so you can make sure you got it down pat as you're going out and applying for these grants and winning, and learning from other winners as well, and keeping in touch with me along the way, making sure you get your questions answered. So that is over at blackwomeningrants.com, www.blackwomeningrants.com, blackwomeningrants.com, blackwomeningrants.com. That's the website. If you choose whichever option you choose, you can click the link that says learn more. This is the mentorship. It's going to take you through everything I just talked about. This is Brittany standing on stage 90 days after joining the program with her first check for $15,000, having won her first small business pitch competition, and now opening her commercial kitchen in Virginia. So that is the program. These are the options for us to work together, just kind of a recap, and then you choose which one you would like to do. And so let's see which one this is. Okay, so the middle one, that is the mentorship. It's looking funky on my tablet, but when you click it, it's going to take you right to the checkout page. And on the checkout page are the options for the Klarna, the Afterpay, and the Affirm, like I mentioned. So again, the website is blackwomeningrants.com. And if you want more of a walkthrough as to what's in the mentorship, you just scroll down that page that tells you all about the mentorship over at blackwomeningrants.com. Plenty of options for you to click the link to join us. Tells you everything that's in my book, what each chapter covers with finding funding, whether you're finding your first or your next grants. And then the classes that I've taught. We got some master classes, some 2-day boot camps, mini master class on how to master the grant game using AI and other tools and resources. We got other programs you can go join, get in for free on a scholarship because you're in our mentorship program. And then the ebooks that I told you about that come with the app that'll read these books to you. You can meet more of our grant winners like Tay. That's her winning the Bank United pitch competition, $5,000 in 5 minutes. Tells you more about the program if you scroll. Tay, Ashley, what to expect. Tay with her big check, standing on stage, winning. So you'll meet our other winners, read their testimonials on the chat. You can hear from Ashley herself, our organic skincare line owner. More testimonials. Here's Raven's check, by the way. Raven Duvernay, our Black woman farmer in Baltimore. Y'all see that number on that check? $100,000 is what she won using what I teach you in the mentorship program. So more information, again, it's over at blackwomeningrants.com. It's $197 to join us. One-time payment gives you 6-month access to the program, plus unlimited access to me while you're in the program via email. And again, the first person to join us tonight also wins that free bonus call with us. I'm hosting an event live here in Atlanta in November. So if you're here, you're already welcome to attend. If you're flying in, you'll get enough time. But we're going to host an event sponsored by Google in November here in Atlanta. You get a free ticket if you're the first one to join us in the mentorship tonight. And other little goodies. I'll tell you more about that later in a future live. You got to come back. Any final questions before we go? Again, the website is right above my head, www.blackwomeningrants.com. What questions can I answer for you about anything we've talked about so far in our live? We've been hanging out almost 2 hours, y'all. Has it been 2 hours? It's been like an hour and a half. What questions can I answer? Any ahas, any takeaways? Let me know. We talked about a lot. Somebody tell me one thing that stands out that we talked about tonight. What are you taking away from this? Something that you didn't know. Like, I didn't know that. Like an aha, like, oh, that's what, okay. Uh-huh. What are you taking away from tonight's chat? Talk to me in the chat. Those of you that's still here hanging out with us. What is your takeaway or your question? Let me know. Any final questions? If you're over at blackwomeningrants.com, claiming that first scholarship spot, and you need me to wait while you get registered, it takes 2 minutes to join us. Just put wait in the chat and I'll hang out. Make sure you get logged into the learning portal, logged into your learning portal so that you can get access to all of your goodies. Download it right away. Taylor says, thank you so much. I will be back. I'm taking away I need to refine what it is I do. Good. Can't wait to hear what you come up with. Anybody else want to tell me what you're taking away, what you learned, what questions you got? I'm happy to answer. We got a few more moments. I set aside a little extra time today to hang out with y'all. Vicky's takeaway is you can apply as much as you can. You are welcome, Vicky. She says thank you. So yes, you can win multiple grants. You can win more than one grant. You can win as much as you like in grants. You can apply to as many grants as you would like. It's always best to apply to grants that your business qualify for. And it's always key to pick one idea at a time for either a business that you're looking to start or a business you've already started. Tell the grant about one business, one idea. And then, like we talked about at the beginning of our live for the first hour, tell them in descriptive language what you do in your business. Like, what are the results that your people get from working with you? What else are we taking away? Anybody else? Tap if this has been helpful. Just tap the live. Send me a signal. Let me know you learned something. You might not could put it in words. That's okay. But tap and let me know this has been helpful. Let me see some hearts flutter. Talk to me in taps. Tap your screen if this has been helpful, even if you just joined us. If you just joined us, you can pop a question in the chat and let me know what questions you got. If you're just joining us, girl, you missed it. But as a quick recap, my name is Dr. AJ Austin, founder of BlackWomenInGrants.com, where I help Black women, for-profit small business owners find, apply for, and win grants. And so over at BlackWomenInGrants.com, we have about 600 ladies in our mentorship program. And they have won almost $500,000 in grants and grant-funded opportunities. We have 2 spots for you to come join us in the mentorship. If you want to start taking grants seriously, that's over at BlackWomenInGrants.com. The investment, the scholarship price is $197 for 6 months access to me and the mentorship. You get unlimited access to me in your email inbox, asking me your grant questions, getting help with your grant applications, helping you to win, girl. I got you. And sharing names of grants that come across my desk, because that's what I do for our mentees as I learn more about your business and what you need grants for and how much you want to win. So when I see these unique opportunities, I just forward it to you and say, go apply. And then let me know what questions you got and send me your application so I can review some of the answers and help you flesh it out to make it better for the next grant you apply to, because that's the key to winning grants, applying consistently. And so that is the mentorship. It does not take 6 months to go through it. It takes 24 hours. That's how much content is in it. You got 4 books that I wrote. I told y'all about finding funding. By the way, you can buy the book bundles if you would like. That's an option on the BlackWomenInGrants.com site as well. You got Ask. I just finished her this week. You got Black Women in Grants, the stories of our mentees that have won that almost $500,000 in grants. And then you got the grant game that teaches you the game of grants and how to play it, because grants are a game. Yes, there is secret language. Yes, there are rules. Yes, there is certain stuff you should leave out of your grant applications. Yes, I'll give you a list of grants to go apply to if your business qualifies. I'll also teach you how to go find more grants. By the way, no grant is coming to you in your inbox on any social media channels. Many of you guys have fallen for the scheme of people being in your TikTok inbox, or they're in the comments under one of our videos saying, message me, and they've stolen our name, they've stolen our logo, they're trying to talk like me, but you can't duplicate this anointing child, so it don't worry me. But they made y'all believe that they're me. And then they try to take money from you so they can guarantee you a grant. No grant is guaranteed. If someone is telling you they can help you get approved for a grant or guarantee you a grant, I 1000% can tell you that that is a scam. They about to take your money, honey. They're not going to help you win a grant, okay? So be careful. I have a course that we teach in the mentorship on the 25 signs to look for to make sure you're not getting scammed, okay? Making sure that you're applying to legit grant opportunities. Because it's easy to go find grants. You can go to Google right now and type in grants and see what pops up. Type in grants for small business and see what pops up. Type in grants for your business and see what pops up. But make sure they're legit. Make sure they're not a scam. And if you don't know what you're looking for, you're going to fall for anything. So be careful. But the grants that we win over at blackwomeningrants.com, they have been vetted for women small business owners to win. I've won some of these grants. Our mentees have won some of these grants, and you could be next, well on your way to winning as well. So, any final questions before we go? Y'all have been phenomenal with these taps. Let me celebrate you. I appreciate y'all working your fingers to the bone, tapping this screen. Any final questions? Anything that comes to mind based on what we've been talking about? I've been on here. Oh, okay. It's keeping up with my time. An hour and 42 minutes. So we'll go an hour 45 and I'll hop off. So you got 2 minutes to ask a question if you have it. Also, if you have a question about joining us in the mentorship, let me know. Make sure you follow this page. We are Black Women in Grants. Last I checked, I think we're at like 85,000 followers. Let me double check. But just make sure that you're following the right page with the 85K. Hold on. Turn this down. There we go. Yeah, make sure you follow the right page. Also, turn your notifications on for when we go live. Hopefully, TikTok will send you the notifications. Y'all should see a little events tab that pops up with our videos. By the way, someone asked, if you can't afford to join us right now, what should you do? I have over 100 videos on our Black Women in Grants channel. Go watch every single video. It's like we're working together. It's like I'm talking to you. It's like I'm educating you on grants from the 101 basic level. So if you've never won a grant, scroll all the way down to our very first video here 2 years ago. Start watching. All of my videos are 3 minutes or less for the most part. I get to the point. I ain't got time to be sitting here yapping. I do that with y'all here for 2 hours. So, yes, we have 85.3K likes. So make sure you're following the right page on TikTok. Go watch all of our TikTok videos. Come back and join us Mondays, Wednesdays, and Fridays at 6:30 p.m. Eastern. I stream on other platforms as well. Just look for blackwomeningrants.com on those platforms. Speaking of YouTube, I don't see any questions, so we're going to wrap you up here. Y'all have a great night.